All right, hey, thanks so much for coming in to TurnLeft TV. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, and right now we're in the qualification session for the SR3 RSX Cup, race number 1 of 2 tonight here at Brands Hatch. So just getting a few things set up, and about 7.5 minutes left in the qualifications. Thomas Golan, the top time, 124.527. Cliff Vandevin, 124.624 in second. Mauricio Pedinati in third. Javier Conti in fourth. Andre Rosu in fifth. Paul Holt, Michael Brooks, Giorgio Borghi, Liam Rance, and Arcadasius Otriba. Sorry if I mispronounce anybody's name. Some of these names I'm seeing for the first time, so my apologies go out to the person I've offended, and also anybody else out there. So trying to do the best I can, but we got a great race for you tonight. Actually, 2 races here at Brands Hatch tonight. Two 25-minute races. That second race, man, how about that? It's going to invert the top 10. And, woo, that's going to get crazy. You'll definitely want to hang out for that second race of the evening as well. So stage 1 at Brands Hatch here tonight, right here on TurnLeft TV. All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeft TV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Brands Hatch. This is TurnLeft TV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Sim Racing Mania starts off the season, the SR3 RSX Cup season, with a stint at Brands Hatch for 2 25-minute races. Kicking off the season here right at a great track in the East Radicals. I think there are 40 drivers here tonight. Better hang on, boys and girls. 2 25-minute races, and that second one is going to be lit. Well, it's the Radicals, boys and girls. It is Sim Racing Mania. It's Brands Hatch, and it is TurnLeft TV. All right, thanks so much for joining us here on TurnLeft TV. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, and we got a good one for you today. First race of the season, the SR3 RSX Cup. Right now in qualifications, Thomas Golab, still the top time, 124. Oh, look at that! Cliff Van de Ven. Uh-oh. There's a new horse at the top of the charts here. So currently first on the grid, Thomas Golab second. Mauricio Pedinati is third. Javier Conti is fourth. Andre Rosu is fifth here in quals. I think there are 39 drivers here. My grid only shows 30, so I apologize for that until we get the new overlays coming out and so forth. This is kind of what we got. Worked long and hard on this one. I want to thank you for coming out to the YouTube channel and checking out TurnLeft TV. All those folks who have subscribed, I greatly appreciate your support. If you haven't done so, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, then hit that subscribe button. Just tap it. Just tap it right there. Thanks so much for coming in, and all the folks who come back and watch the races, it means a heck of a lot to me, I'll be honest with you. I never thought we would get to this point where people would actually be watching me on YouTube, man. Hey, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and then smash the bell. Smash that bell. And if you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeft TV, you can make a donation right here through PayPal. We'll take a look at the track here tonight at Brands Hatch, located up there in Kent, England. Just under 4 kilometers in length, 9 turns, and this baby is just flat out, man. So a great track. Brands Hatch. Looks like Cliff Van de Ven is going to start on the pole here, so unless somebody knocks him off here in the next few seconds. Take a look at the race schedule here in Sim Racing Mania's SR3 RSX Cup. Of course, tonight, Brands Hatch, 2 25-minute races. All the stages will be 2 25-minute races. Next week, Road Atlanta. I have never been on Vallelunga coming up on 7 April. I'm excited about that one. Adelaide, I have been on. That's a great track. Gotham Hills, I've not been on that one. So 2 tracks here so far. I have been on Donington, another great track. What a way to finish out the season there, Donington, huh? So that's the schedule here in this season, and who's going to win it tonight? I don't know, man. We got a lot of drivers here, 39 choices. Getting some chatters in here. If I could subscribe twice, I would. How about that, FSM is God? That's awesome. Just got to create multiple accounts. Well, Cliff Van de Ven is going to start on the pole. Thomas Golab starting second. Mauricio Pedinati is starting third. Paul Holt fourth. Javier Conti is fifth. Andre Rosu, Liam Rance, Giorgio Borghi, Fabio Zerbeto, and Michael Brooks rounding out the top 10. So it looks like we have a short little warm-up session. I guess 10-minute warm-up session. We can figure out something to do in 10 minutes, can't we? We can social distance ourselves. Or socially distance ourselves. Oh boy. So we're in the warm-up session now. So thanks so much for coming in. Coming up tomorrow night, we have Ironman Racing Series back in action. This will be race number 8 in the current season, first season of 2020. 157 laps from Martinsville, and I'll tell you what, man, those guys are going to just flat out beat and bang on each other for 157 laps. So you'll probably see 25 drivers at this track tomorrow night, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on TurnLeft TV, the Ironman Racing Series. Coming up on Saturday, the High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder will be in action at Palm Springs Speedway. That is Homestead for race number 6 in the spring season. 167 laps. This is open setups. And man, a lot of laps there, but it is a fun series. Definitely check those guys out on Saturdays. Racing starts at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, I want to thank you for coming into the YouTube channel and checking out TurnLeft TV. Got a lot of playlists you can check out. The Ironman Racing Series, done about 90 races for those guys. Sim Racing Mania, of course, that you'll find that races this season in that playlist there. See the Hypercar World Series it just did for Sim Racing Mania earlier this year, and then some Happy Hour Racing League stuff. They've got some great stuff going on with the late models, some short track action, and also the modifieds. The Wheeling modifieds have been converted by Brent Owen there at Happy Hour Racing League. Give those guys a look. Bushwhacker season, series season, sometimes I do some stuff there. A lot of times I'll race in that one. Sim Racing Mania, GT3 series I did for them. I've done some IndyCar Brazil stuff as well. DTM, I've done some stock car action for them as well. So definitely give those playlists a look. Thanks for coming out. Sure the side-by-side's working. Looks like it's working just fine. We're going to switch over a few things here, I think. Lucio Pedinati is the top time so far in the warm-up session. Again, thanks so much for coming out. If you're interested in supporting TurnLeft TV in another way, you can also follow me on Facebook, on Twitter. There are my Discord addresses as well, just down there below. And then also, if you want to go down to the description of this race and click on that link and follow it to the Fanatec website, I'd greatly appreciate that. If you're interested in purchasing some Fanatec equipment, give those guys a look, man. I have the DD1 wheelbase, GT2, BMW wheel rim, and the shifter, as well as the V3 inverted pedals, and I love it. Love it. So I first started off with the pedals, but decided, hey, I'm gonna pony up for and buy the wheelbase and so forth, and wow, I have not been disappointed. Well, we got about 4 minutes left here in the warm-up session before we make it happen. Heard some guys in there talking about Mirko. I've heard some guys screaming some names in there. Angel Sancho. Seen that name posted there, I believe. Ramon. Thanks so much to you guys for coming in. I frankly can't read Italian or Portuguese or a little bit of Spanish, but I can figure it out. Let you guys moderate yourselves, okay? Just be good. Be good to each other. Stop with this pizza language. What in the world? Hey. What's the pizza language? Paul Holt, the top time here as we wind down the minutes and seconds in warm-up. There's going to be a lot going on here in a hurry with 40 drivers now, 39, 40 drivers. These guys are hanging it out, aren't they? Holy Toledo. Hanging it out. All right. 30 seconds left to go before we hit race number 1. 25-minute race. And then race number 2, invert the top 10. Things are going to get nasty in race number 2. All right, here we go. I think it is about that time. Tighten those belts. Better tighten up your chin strap. Put down your face shield.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
All right, race number 1, race number 1 here at Brands Hatch is 25 minutes long, and we have 40 drivers on the grid. So starting on the pole is Cliff Vandeven. Thomas Golab starts second. Mauricio Pedinati starts in the 3rd position. Paul Holt 4th. Javier Conti 5th. Andre Rosu 6th. Liam Rance 7th. Giorgio Borghi is 8th. Fabio Zerbato 9th. Michael Brooks is going to start in the 10th position. These guys going to do a pace lap here. The Cliff Vandeven right there, starting in P1. P2 is Thomas Golab. P3, Mauricio Pedinati. Paul Holt starts in P4. P5, Javier Conti. P6 is Andre Rosu. Starting in P7 is Liam Rance. Starting in P8. Oh, didn't get out. Starting in P9 is Fabio Zerbato. In P10 is Michael Brooks. All right, man, it is going to get crazy here early, huh? Right off the bat, right into turn 1. 40 cars heading into turn 1. Be prepared for carnage. I got you, though. I got you. Danielle Vitamari, you better get in the car, man. I don't see Danielle Vitamari out there. What? Is he taking the season off? That just ain't right. All right, now we're going to get him in the boxes. Cliff Vandeven is the pole sitter, and he will get these guys started in the right box. Kind of get a good idea of what that front stretch looks like. Thomas Golab starting in the 2nd position. Mauricio Pedinati in 3rd. Paul Holt 4th. And this is going to be a massacre. That's my prediction. I predict massacre. Who's going to do the invocation? All right, 25-minute race. 40 drivers here in the SR3 RSX Cup. Here we go. Oh, we've already got one off the grid. Well, looks like the first 20 or so are good so far. Oh, more carnage right there. That is a lot of cars. My gosh. Oh, we got somebody that's got to be a helpless feeling right there. Oh, man. Slammed. My heavens. Well, Cliff Vanderven is the race leader. Thomas Golab second. Paul Holt is third. Liam Rance fourth. Joe Watts up to the fifth position. And out of the back of his car at that battle between Fabio Zerbeto and Michael Brooks. Good side-by-side action with those guys. Michael Brooks has gotten around Fabio Zerbeto, I believe. So much passing going on, it's hard for me to keep up. Cliff Vanderven is the race leader. Thomas Golab second, Paul Holt third, Liam Rance is fourth, Joe Watts is fifth. Jordan Swartz has come around here. Not sure what's happened there, but I see pieces flying here. We'll see if we can't get a look and see what happened. Heading into the last turn, and already had a little help right there. Had a little help. Jordan Swartz, we'll take a look. Already has some piece. I think somebody's got a piece of something stuck to their car. I think right there. And I think he's got a piece of something stuck to the car. It comes off, and then contact right there. And we'll take a look. You see that piece or whatever it was fly off the car just as he entered the turn. And here's the place to be, up front, and out of the trouble so far. Cliff Vanderven is the race leader. Thomas Golab second. Paul Holt is third. Liam Rance fourth. Joe Watts is fifth. Get an idea of what it's like to really hang it out here, but I'll tell you, Thomas Golab is all over the back of Cliff Vanderven. Take a look at Paul Holt. Here's running in the third position. He's not too far behind these guys, and just seems to be ready to pounce here. Liam Rance running in fourth. Little pack there. Joe Watts, Michael Brooks also in this mix. So that's fourth place, Liam Rance. Just behind him is Joe Watts, and Michael Brooks coming off the turn right there as well. I'll take another one to look at here is Tony Jansen. It just seems like this track and these cars is going to favor his driving style. I've seen him, he's pretty, I don't say overly aggressive, but he's an aggressive driver, and he really attacks those turns and sets up passes as well. So keep your eye on Tony Jansen here in the seventh position. Fabio Zerbeto running in eighth, and Javier Conti all over the back of him right now. Javier, look at that sideways. That 19 car there in the ninth position. Looking to try to make a pass on Fabio Zerbeto. Oh, I sneezed. It's okay. I'm right. I'm Corona 3 or whatever it is. Holy smokes. Tried to get to the mute button, but I couldn't get to it. So looking out of the back of Fabio Zerbeto, he's held off that charge by Javier Conti. But don't forget, just back there in the 10th position is Andrew Holm, and he is just watching that battle right there unfold. So if these guys get side by side, and it does look like they are side by side ahead, and Javier's going to the outside line. He's made that pass on Fabio Zerbeto. That was for the 8th position. Take a look at this pass between Michael Brooks and Joe Watts. Into turn 1. Again, Michael Brooks had that pulled off, and Joe Watts fought back. Now trying to get him here in the horseshoe. Not able to do it. Good racing right there. Michael Brooks and Joe Watts. Back up here with our race leader. This is Cliff Vandeven. And then just behind him is Thomas Golab. Go on board here and check out Thomas Golab's machine out of the front of his machine, looking at our race leader. So I tell you what, the Cliff Vandeven has been able to extend that lead a little bit. It tightened up there for just a short period of time. But Cliff has been able to open up more of a gap now. You know, Thomas Golab is one of those guys that he's got that going through his mind. Well, hey, you know, I don't want to use my stuff up. Maybe I'll back off here a little bit. That could be part of it as well. Take a look at Sandro Boscain. Oh, a little wide on that turn. It comes around. Oh, there's contact. Contact right there. We'll take a look at this again. Let me get another look here. It's off track right there in the grass, and then hard contact. It's hard to see when you come over that turn. Antonello Mastro. Oh, he's had a little trouble there. Got a little contact for Antonello. Oh, Valerio Margarito in this as well. Oh, my heavens. That took out some cars right there. You see the contact with Boscain. And then he's backed across the track right here, and Valerio Margarito is going to make contact and then hard into the wall. So Valerio Margarito had a hard contact with the wall. And he's got a pretty significant amount of damage now that he's going to be dealing with. Take a look at Thomas Golab in the 2nd position. He's now climbed back up onto the back of the race leader here. We've just got 15 minutes left to go. A little over 15 minutes, about 15 and a half or so. And you guys need to tell me I need to change my tower. Once the new UI comes out, we won't have to worry about that stuff anymore. Once the new broadcast overlays come out. Paul Holt shown in that 3rd position. He is 3.5 seconds down right now. See, that's a lot better there. Tawny Jansen and Javier Conti and Fabio Zerbato. Now Fabio Zerbato has he got passed a little while ago by Javier Conti, but now he is trying to close back in on Javier, and you see just behind Fabio is Michael Brooks and Mauricio Pedinati battling for position. Pedinati moving forward, I believe. Take a look at this pass that Javier Conti put on Michael Brooks. Oh, man, there might have been some contact, some rubbing right there. Oh, Michael Brooks in the wall. So there was contact. Take a look at this again. We're going to go on board. And I think there was contact. And then you see Michael Brooks in the kitty litter and then in the wall. Take a look at Fabio Zerbato's look here as he's watching this out of the front of his machine. He sees Michael Brooks in the wall, and then just thinking heavens he didn't come back across the track. Michael Brooks didn't miss too much of a beat there, to be honest with you. Mauricio Pedinati has caught him. So Michael Brooks might have pretty significant damage here now after making contact with the wall. He's given up some positions. Tony Jansen, I said this is a guy to watch here. Closing in on 5th. And Joe Watt, so Tony Jansen moving that car forward. This is Boscain, Sandro Boscain coming down pit lane. Making a pit stop here, getting some repairs done to that machine. Well, right now, Cliff Vandeven is the race leader. Thomas Golab second, Paul Holt third. Liam Rance is in the 4th position. Tony Jansen up to 5th. Javier Conti here now working on Joe Watts for the 6th position. Javier is starting to move forward here. Oh, contact! And Javier in the gravel, in the wall. Oh my gosh. Javier Conti in the wall. He was fighting for the 6th position and made contact with Joe Watts. Again, looking at this, they're drag racing into the turn. And they just run out of room. That's just flat all what happened right there. Just ran out of room. Oh! Looks like, not sure I'm going to make the call on that one. Javier and Joe Watts getting together. And we'll go on board here with Joe Watts. And he's going to probably feel like he's going to get tagged right here. So he comes way over into the kitty litter. And that looks like that was... Can't get a look at that again. He's on board here with Joe Watts, and he's going to just come spinning around, I believe. I missed it both times. Well, you're just going to have to take my word for it. Damn it. Cliff Vandeven, as sometimes, man, things don't work out. You just got to give up. 10 minutes left to go. Cliff Vandeven is the race leader. He's got almost a 3-second lead over Thomas Golab. Paul Holt shown in the 3rd position. Ian Rance is 4th. Tony Jansen 5th. Joe Watts is 6th. Fabio Zerbato 7th. Mauricio Pedinati is 8th. Andrew Holm 9th. Michael Brooks is 10th. Take a look at Andrew Holm here, having a pretty good race. How about this, man? Running in the 9th position. Good looking paint scheme there going on for him. Get out of the back of his machine. See Lorenzo Finetto just behind. And Lorenzo is a little bit off the pace, I believe. Take a look at Camille Zamasia. Hopefully I pronounced that name correctly. He's running in the 11th position. Cristiano Magri running in the 12th position. So everybody's sort of gotten things settled down here so far. And early on, that was a madhouse. Jorge Caprita running in the 13th position. Yeah, those guys nose to tail here, so you can see some passing going on. Oh, we got a car off the track right here. Car off the track. So that was Voltaire Seiko off the track. Take a look at Thomas Golab here. He's these guys coming up on lap traffic. You see Valerio Margarito just ahead. This is on board here with Thomas Golab running in the 2nd position. He has got Paul Holt right there. Paul Holt running in 3rd all over the back of him right now, looking to maybe make a pass. Now these guys got to be thinking too. You see Valerio going off to the inside to let those guys go. These guys got to be thinking, hey, you know, if I finish in the top 10, it's going to be inverted. So there may be some advantage, so to speak, of maybe being in 10th. We'll take a look at the 10th place car right now. And that is Michael Brooks. So if things finish the way they are right now, he will start on the pole for race number 2. And our race leader, the fastest car on the track here tonight, has been Cliff Vandeven, and he would start in the 10th position. Okay, we got 7.5 minutes left to go here in race number 1. Take a look at Angel Sancho on board here with him. And oh, there's a little fisticuffs there just in front. That was Chris Vaca, I believe. As he makes the pass, we'll take a look and see what happened to Chris Vaca. There's going to be contact, I would bet. Oh, he comes off the wall here. So he's back out on the track, comes off the wall. Those guys go around here. Not sure what happened to just ahead, however. So contact right there. That is Chris Vaca and Boscain getting together. And all heck breaks loose there is Angel Sancho. He gets by. Massimo Martin trying to pick up some spots here as Luke Holm getting off track in the gravel. So Luke Holm in the gravel against the wall, and he's going to try to get this car back out on track in a hurry. He's losing positions here late in this run. So he's lost about 4 positions. So Luke Holm came off track here. Take a look here. Luke Holm coming around the turn, just too much speed. Too much speed, the front end wouldn't grip, and then into the wall. As those guys go by, you see Peter Lane going by as well. 5.5 minutes left to go. Just a little over 5.5 minutes. Cliff Vandeven is the race leader. Thomas Golab in 2nd. Paul Holt 3rd. Liam Rance 4th. Tony Jansen is 5th. Angel Sancho. Dino Faldetta coming off track right there. Looks like Dino Faldetta got off track and Angel Sancho gets by here. We're on board here with Dino Faldetta. We saw guys getting a little bit, running this a little bit too wide. And Sancho gets by. So he's running this pretty hard through here. He gets a high entry into the turn, and the thing just will not grip, and he's over in the kitty litter as Boscain and Sancho get by. So Dino Faldetta having a tough way to go here late in this run, and our race leader is starting to roll up on some more lap traffic. This is Ramon Citi running in the 26th position right now. I would suggest he's getting the blue flag. As you see Ramon there tuck in behind our race leader, but that would slow you up a little bit. Maybe allow Thomas Golab to close in even more, but Thomas Golab has lost a position as things got a little racy there with Tony Jansen, Thomas Golab, Paul Holt. This is Thomas Golab and Paul Holt racing each other. Ooh, Golab there a little bit loose, gives up that spot. He came around the turn and he was a little bit loose, and he gives up that spot. Tony Jansen gets a little bit wide. And, cannot get that car to turn. He was over in the grass as he entered the turn, and he's going to lose a ton of positions here. Fabio Zerbato, Andrew Holm, Jordan Swartz all get, Andrew Holm gets by. So maybe the tire's starting to wear out here a little bit. So race leader here. Now he's gotten through some of that lap traffic, and we see somebody off the track there just in front, so at least he got around him. That's sure what he's thinking, but Paul Holt now in second. About that, Paul Holt picking up a position here late in the race. Go on board here with Paul Holt as he picks up the spot, and you see Thomas Golab just gets loose, and then has to tuck it back in and gives up a spot. Camille Zamasia and Michael Brooks. Michael Brooks here getting that car in the grass as Camille goes by. Well, 2.5 minutes left to go. Cliff Vandeven has led almost the whole race, huh? Or how about the whole race? Paul Holt second, Thomas Golab now third, Liam Rance fourth. Mauricio Pedinati is in the fifth position. You've seen that pass that Pedinati was able to get around. As Paul Holt got off track, Pedinati was able to pick up that spot. You see he's way up there on that incline. So Pedinati running in the fifth position. Cristiano Magri and Michael Brooks. Michael Brooks here having some trouble. See Zamasia also having trouble. Looks like Michael Brooks might have been in the off the racing groove. So guys trying to pick up some spots here late in the run. And it doesn't really matter for the most part. I guess some points. These top 10 though, woo! Man, Cliff Vandeven's going to start in 10th here if it shakes out the way it's looking like. Just a minute to go. He's going to start in 10th for round number 2. Andrew Holm trying to pick up a spot. Oh, Fabio Zerbato looks like he came off track. So Fabio Zerbato, as we're winding down the race here, gets in a little bit too hot and more in contact, and he spins into the kitty litter and loses the spot as Andrew Holm gets by. So Fabio Zerbato, he's losing a ton of spots there. Andrew Holm got by, Tony Jansen, Camille Zamasia, Jorge Gabrita got by, Cristiano Alexander. Massimo gave up a ton of positions. What are you doing, man? He had probably top 10 going. Pretty close anyway. I guess he probably been starting about third or fourth. That may cost him big for race number 2. He's not going to be able to pick up those spots here in this short amount of time here as Cliff Vandeven leading the field. This guy has been the class of the field here tonight so far. Paul Holt second, Thomas Golab is third. I would suggest to you this is going to do it this time by. Guys trying to get what they can get here in the last few minutes. As Cliff Vandeven has been the class of this field in this race, that's for sure, but he's got his work cut out for him in race number 2 when he has to start from the 10th position. So Cliff Vandeven, the winner of race number 1 tonight. So a big win for Cliff Vandeven. See Paul Holt finish second, Thomas Golab third. They're still racing it out, I think, for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. So 4th is Liam Rance. Mauricio Pettinati finishes in 7th. Andrew Holm, Tawny Jansen looks like. Andrew Holm finished 7th, Tawny Jansen 8th, Camille Zmeja finished in 9th, Jorge Cabrita finished in the 10th position. So there's your top 10. Those guys are done. Hey, when I do that. There we go. Cliff Vandeven, the winner of the first race. So congratulations to him. So race number 2 coming up, and they're inverting the top 10, so it could get messy. Take a look at the chat in here, and guys having a lively chat. Thanks so much for joining me here on TurnLeft TV. Man, I'll tell you what, at the beginning of that race, it was just so hard to keep up with everything that was going on. There was just a ton of stuff happening all at the same time. Definitely not a 25 car type of race, 25, 20, 25, maybe even 30 drivers, but you get up to 40, it's a lot different. That's a good problem to have. So it'd be interesting to see how this second race turns out here with the inverted top 10. Coming up tomorrow night, we'll be at Martinsville Speedway for 157 laps. In the race number 8, I believe, of the season in the Stock Car Sim Racing Ironman Racing Series. We'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV. You want to see some great racing, man. Check this out on Wednesday nights. This is some fantastic stock car racing in Martinsville, a short track. You're going to see tempers flaring at this track, I guarantee you. As the points battle's heating up. There's a tire rule in this series too, so you only get 12 tires to use throughout the night. And that adds to the a little twist to the strategy. So you definitely want to check that one out. That's the Ironman Racing Series coming up live tomorrow night right here on TurnLeft TV. We'll take a look at the calendar here in Sim Racing Mania's Radical SR3 RSX Series Cup, or RSX Cup. Of course, we did that race last week, the test race at Mugello, as I'm being told. Road Atlanta coming up next week. Vallelunga on April the 7th. Adelaide on April the 14th. Race number 5 is Gotham Hills on April the 21st. And then Donington to finish out the season on April the 28th, race number 6. You can take a look at the Discord addresses there. Of course, Sim Racing Mania, I'm sure if you look those guys up on Discord. Great bunch of guys. Thanks so much to Sim Racing Mania for letting me come in and broadcast these races. So awesome.
Caution grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
Andrew Holm and Cliff Vandeven having a great battle right there. Andrew Holm, Cliff Vandeven trying to take over the second position here. Side by side. Sorry, I had it muted. As Andrew Holm holds on to that spot. Take a look at Joe Watts here running in the fourth position. Just watching this battle. He had a fast car in that first stint. Chris Vaca here trying to gain a position as Liam Rance in the kitty litter there behind. Chris Vaca takes that spot. Liam Rance going to lose another spot, looks like. Fabio De Amora, Richard Brooks battling for position. Fabio looting it back into that car. Oh, and he gets tagged. Hard lick right there. Fabio Demora was in the man. He got just tagged, absolutely tagged. See Parker Caruso. Oh, and then Arcadasius Otreba looks like got into him. Just had nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Here's Joe Watts running in the fourth position, and he's got Mauricio Pettinati all over the back of him. And we've got some more shenanigans. Got some more shenanigans as the car was turned around the wrong way. We got a couple cars here. Look at that. Lukasik turned around in the middle of the track. My heavens. Oh, he might have been waiting for somebody. I think he might have been waiting for somebody. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that might have been a little bit of payback for something earlier. That might have been a little payback. I don't know. Look at this. Fabio, this is Richard Brooks, and De Amora, he comes around. Oh, and he just gets absolutely tagged, man. I mean, my heavens. Take a look at Lukasik here. As he spins this car around, and he's just stuck here in the middle. I don't know what's going on here with this. But, almost took out the race leader. So I'm not sure what happened here, but he is just, looks like he's waiting for somebody to come around. See, Michael Brooks comes around, Peter Lane, Lorenzo Finetto coming here, and then looks like he had something in mind for Lorenzo Finetto. This is Lorenzo Finetto's look as he comes off the turn, and it just looks like somebody was ready to come and get him. I don't know. Guess there'll be some discussion about that, I would imagine. Camille Zamaja and Cliff Vandeven battling for the race lead. So this is for the race lead here with 14 minutes left to go. Andrew Holm in third. Paul Holt and Joe Watts battling for position. Thomas Golab in this mix as well. This is a three-way battle here. Paul Holt taking over fifth. Joe Watts in sixth. Thomas Golab not able to pull off that pass in the seventh position. He's had some trouble there. He's off in the grass, it looks like. Good battle there between those guys. Yeah, they were leaning on each other. Look at that, leaning on each other. And then Thomas Golab would try to get around in that third car in line and not able to pull off that pass. But he tried. He's down low there on Jay Watts. And Joe Watts there says, no can do. Gave him a little kiss. Good battles there, huh? Zamasia is the race leader. Cliff Vanderwen. A lot of V's. Running in the second position, Andrew Holm running in third. And Vanderven going for the race lead here into the turn. He does not have the preferred spot. Camille has the preferred spot. Vanderven trying to get by. Looking out of the back of Camille's car at Cliff Vanderven. Andrew Holm in this mix too here, so don't forget about Mauricio Pettinati. This is a four-way battle for the lead. Vanderven going out to the inside, and he might have the inside here. Inside line coming into the turn. Vanderven pulls off that pass. Camille, they're trying to hang on to the back of him. Not sure that's going to work. Vanderven takes the race lead, and Camille now trying to come back on the outside there, getting into that turn, trying to do a crossover move. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Cliff Vanderven not going to fall for that. So we're on board there with Camille Zamasia. Camille better be watching for the third place car. If these guys get a little bit racy, they're starting to run away a little bit from them now, but so Cliff Vanderven, race number 1 winner, back to the front. Take a look at Andrew Holm running in the third position. Angel Sancho trying to get around. Looks like Angel Sancho picking up a spot as Paul Holtz come around. So not sure what's happened to Paul Holt. Take a look here. Paul Holt just, there's contact right there. Mauricio Pettinati and Paul Holt get together. That's what happened. See Paul Holt coming off the turn and Mauricio Pettinati coming across the track there and getting into Paul Holt. And he is spinning into the pit lane area. He's going to lose a ton of positions. He's got to back that car up, turn it around, and twist it all around. Get back on track. So he's lost a ton of spots. Take a look at Mauricio Pettinati here now, trying to close in on the 4th position. So a little contact there with he and Paul Holt. Now Paul Holt is all the way back to the 11th position now. This battle right here, Andrew Holm at Mauricio Pettinati, contact. Contact into the turn. More contact. Those guys banging off each other there. Andrew Holm is not going to give up. Mauricio Pettinati falling back there to the 4th position is now going to challenge Andrew Holm into the turn again. Andrew swinging wide. Good side-by-side action. There to the back of Mauricio Pettinati, who's gotten back around Andrew Holm. Andrew Holm now back to the 4th position. And I would bet you this battle is not over. Andrew Holm looked like he's wanting some payback. Mauricio there opening up a little bit of a gap now. Take a look at Joe Watts. He's got to be loving this, looking out of the front of his machine. Those two guys getting after it. Take a look at Tommy Jansen here running in the 6th position. I'm not sure what's happened to Thomas Golab. Thomas Golab off the pace there a little bit. Thomas Golab, I think, spun around. Take a look here and see what happened. Thomas Golab and Joe Watts get together. Golab sideways trying to hang on as he's going to lose a spot to Tommy Jansen. So there was contact between Thomas Golab and Joe Watts. This is Joe Watts now running in the sixth position. Actually in fourth, to take that back in the fourth spot. You know, all that messing around, and we missed the pass for the race lead, and that is Vanderven got into the race lead here. Thomas Golab and Tony Jansen are just having a major disagreement here. Joe Watts in this mix is still, and Tony Jansen coming off track. I think it was actually he and Joe Watts that got together. Again, you see Joe Watts right there in that blue car, and Tony Jansen. They're going to get together. Tony Jansen's going to miss that turn and then get off track, and Thomas Golab gets by. Bruno Gill here running in the fifth position as Joe Watts and Thomas Golab finally do each other in, it looks like. So I don't know what happened there. Take a look here as Thomas Golab and Joe Watts get together, and then these guys are in the kitty litter at this point. And then I think there's more contact, some more shenanigans going on, and somebody's going to end up getting taken out, I believe. So there's contact right there. Some fisticuffs going on. Some fisticuffs. This is Alejandro Sancho and Mauricio Pedinati getting together. Oh, Mauricio hard! Oh my gosh, Mauricio hard into the tire barrier there, the wall, and then slides back across the track. Watch this, and then hard into the wall. My heavens, that is a hard lick right there. Hard lick. Mauricio Pedinati, all sorts of trouble. Cliff Vanderven is the race leader and out of harm's way for now. Take a look at Andre Rousseau here running in the 12th position. We got a car in the kitty litter over there. Picks up a spot. Might have been Peter Lane, I believe. Peter Lane might have come off track. We'll take a look here. Oh, and he gets smacked right there. Somebody trying to get back out on track. And oh, there's a tire that flew into the stands. I'm not sure who was in the track right there that was backing up as he comes around the turn. And in contact for him, and then they're going to see a tire fly right there into the trees. Whew, man, this has been busy here, huh? Vanderven is the race leader, and Camille Zamasia is second. Andrew Holm third. Tony Jansen fourth. Bruno Gill moving to the top five. We'll take a look at Bruno running in fifth. Running in the sixth position is Angel Sancho. Paul Holt running in seventh, just behind. So that battle heating up there as we wind down this race. 4 minutes left to go. So Paul Holt running in that seventh position, looking to try to pick up a spot here late in this run. On board there with Paul Holt as he's looking ahead at Angel Sancho, just looking for a place to try to get around him. Angel Sancho wanting to hold on to that sixth position as we wind down the laps. Take a look at the Cristiano Magri running in the 15th position. Looks like Mirko Lucido, he's gotten around into the kitty litter and losing a ton of positions here late in this run. Definitely not what you want to do late in the run, that's for sure. Sancho has got Paul Holt all over the back of him right now. Paul Holt here trying to look for an opening. That 81 car. Laps are winded down, or the time is winded down, I should say, as this is a battle for the 6th position, and Paul Holt takes over 6, gets around Angel Sancho. And that battle may not be over, as Angel Sancho might come back and try to get after him. Take a look at Dino Faldetta here running in the 22nd position. It has been a wild one, man. I have not been able to keep up with all the action. Crazy. A lot of passing. A lot of passing here as we got 2 minutes left to go. Second place car. Oh, he gets a little bit loose. Camille Zamasia a little bit loose, and he's in. No, he's come around. Camille Zamasia has come around here late in the race and is going to lose a ton of positions. Now back to the 8th position. My heavens. Camille Zamasia has now retired the machine, I believe. And that gives a 2nd position to Andrew Holm. So he came around and ended up just retiring his machine. Oh my heavens. Andrew Holm in 2nd. Tony Jansen now in 3rd. That puts Bruno Gill in the 4th position and Paul Holt in 5th. So we got a minute left to go. Fabio Zerbato and Lorenzo Finetto battling for position. Lorenzo comes off track and smacks the wall as Fabio gets by. So Cliff Vandeven looking to make it 2 in a row. That's a dominating performance here so far with 40 seconds left to go. I'm not sure they're going to be able to get another lap in. We'll see. Andrew Holm in 2nd. Tony Jansen 3rd. Bruno Gill 4th. Paul Holt 5th. Angel Sancho currently 6th. Michael Brooks 7th. Mauricio Pettinati is 8th. Joe Watts 9th. Andre Rousseau is 10th. And I think they're going to get another lap in here. It does look like we will have another lap. Take a look at Michael Brooks here running in the 7th position. He had a pretty eventful night here, but I'll tell you, you got to be feeling pretty good about your position with as eventful as it has been. And running in the top 10. Mauricio Pettinati trying to hold on here as Joe Watts and Andre Rousseau breathing down his neck. They're finishing out this race. Cliff Vandeven has been the class of the field tonight, that is for sure. As he's got a huge lead over our 2nd place car. Andrew Holm in 2nd. So 14 seconds back. Pretty good position. No really any reason to push yourself now. Probably not going to pick up a spot there unless Cliff Vandeven has some trouble, and it doesn't look like he will. He wins the 2nd race here. I started to say the heat race, the 2nd race of the evening. So the twofer for Cliff Vandeven. So a big win for him in race number 2, and big win for him in race number 1. Andrew Holland finishes in the second position. Bruno Gill third. Paul Holt fourth. Bruno Gill fourth. Paul Holt fifth. Tony Jansen was third. Some of these guys finishing up their laps. This is Chris Vaca finishing in the 11th position. Fabio Zerbeto looks like he's going to finish in 12th. Look at Lorenzo Fanetto as he comes across the line in the 13th position. So Cliff Vandeven, big win. Second race too, huh? And he wins the first race and just says, I'm going to shove it in their faces. Finishes in the first position for both races. That's a great job to him. So 2 screenshots for Cliff Vandeven. So the winner of race number 2. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. So he won both races tonight. Great job to Cliff Vandeven. As we'll probably get some chatters up in the booth. See Angel Sancho 6th, Michael Brooks 7th, Mauricio Pettinati finishes 8th, Joe Watts 9th, Andre Rousseau finishes in the 10th position for race number 2. He's won them both. He won them both. How about that? So we'll see if we can't get a few people in the booth with us, and we'll jump back here to the overlay or the race channel. That was a wild one there, man. That second one just got absolutely crazy. And I think there may have been some shenanigans going on there, in that race there too. We'll find out, I think, more about that when we get into the booth. All right, well, we're in the booth with Michael Brooks, and I bet you have a lot to say about this race.
Hi, Heath. Yeah, to say it was eventful would be an understatement. Where do I start?
Well, you end up finishing 7th in this race. Let's talk about that one.
Yeah, so I started 30 something, or I don't even know. I was so far back. Then I don't know what the hell happened at the start, but half the field just killed itself, and somehow I managed to get through in like 16th by the end of lap 1. Then a couple more things happened, and I know Tom has had some bad luck with a guy who kept on hitting him or something, by getting 2 positions at the end. And yeah, I feel like I was very fortunate, but in the day I survived, so at least I finished the race this time, so I'll take that.
Well, do you feel like that race number 2 got a little crazier than race number 1?
Yeah, you often, for me, like when we do these races, we do these reverse grid races, sorry. But you often find because the fast guys will try to push through, and then the guys who start at the front will be, no, this is my position, sort of thing. And so it's a bit of a cat and mouse. And then obviously this start of this race, it all went to hell basically. And there was someone who I nearly murdered on the final corner. I think someone spun on the back straight before the final corner, and I noticed him at the last second. I had to swerve out of his way. And yes, that's the most eventful race I've ever been a part of.
Well, we got Dino Faldetta and Lorenzo Fanatec joining us up here in the booth as well. How you doing, guys?
Not bad, thank you. And you? Good race?
Yeah, it was an eventful race. That second one got a little chippy, I think, with some folks, but it'll be interesting to see how that works out. Very entertaining.
Yeah, definitely. That was fun. A little bit of too many people on that small truck, but race 1 was really good start and everything. But race 2 was a little bit messy start, but that's just gonna have to happen. It was a bomb waiting to explode, really.
Yeah, it looked like when guys had trouble, though, they slid. We saw this a lot, I think, and especially in the second race when guys would lose a little bit of control of their car, or maybe get into the off the track into the grass or the sand. That they come back across the track, and a lot of guys took out tons of folks. Seems like you just come up on guys, or maybe the racing's so tight together, there's not a lot of time to react.
Yeah, exactly. Too many people too close to each other. That's exactly like a chain reaction, really.
I know it's. I know in this season, I think we've got quite a few new drivers, and this car's. It's easy to drive, because the way to drive this car fast is you almost have to slide it on purpose. Like if you watch any of the fast guys, you'll notice they'll be out of control on purpose almost. It's kind of weird to describe, but that's how you drive it fast. And if you haven't got that down, it's very easy to sort of lose control of this car. And especially with Brands Hatch, like if you go in the gravel traps, you're just going straight on. And yeah, I think that caught a lot of people out.
Yeah, it also feels like the car almost gives you a little false sense of security or self-confidence, I think. You can really overdrive this in a hurry.
Yeah, definitely. It wants you to sort of push it, but when you go too far, it will basically kick you off the track.
Well, we're getting a lot of chatters in here. I haven't heard from Lorenzo Fanatec. If you'd like to say something, go ahead. Antonello Mastro in here. Also, Valerio Margarito in here as well.
I can translate for them if they want. I think they're Italian. I'm not sure whether they speak English or not. Let me ask. Ragazzi, parlate inglese? Vuole qualcuno dire qualcosa oppure traduco io qualcosa? Sorry about the Italian.
Hi, Lorenzo. I finally found the push to talk button. Sorry, I was looking for the button. Yeah.
Well, tell me about your race tonight, or both of your races.
Well, the first race has to be forgotten because I spawned several times. I had crash. I have all the front suspension gone. But the second race, I managed to pass through the mess at the beginning, and it's the first time that I finish below the 20, I think. So for me, it was a great race. I was the same. I had the same pace as Chris Vacca, and I enjoyed it. Yes.
Andrew Holloman here as well. Looks like he's got his mic off.
Andrew, how did your race go, mate? Have you got a push to talk enabled?
That too, Andrew.
So Andrew Holloman here. I'm not sure if he's got push to talk enabled, but we'll let him just chime in whenever he figures it out.
On your Discord settings, go to voice. There'll be a push to talk. Map it to a button. He's asking how to use the push to talk. Give him a sec. How was race 1, Heath? Because was busy being crashed in it. So how did his race 1 go?
I was great. Really, there was a lot of good battles, but I think guys certainly are not afraid to make a little contact with their fellow drivers. But I think it was probably a little less incidents in this first race than there was the second race. The start was certainly a little cleaner.
Yeah, I think we need to sort of do some sort of PSA for the race start, especially for the inverted grid races, because that was just carnage for race 2. So I know I've certainly want to forget race 1, but I think everyone else had a pretty good time.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering how the tires held up throughout the race. It looked like guys spinning out there a little bit more toward the end of the race.
I know the Radical likes to eat its tires a lot. Like I think by the end of the race, my rFactor 2, if anyone's watching doesn't know, it has sort of rates your tire health from 100 to 0, and if you get to about 50-60, your tires are basically cooked. And I don't mind if we're on the 60 right at the end, so my tires were screaming.
Well, you guys do a lot of practicing throughout the week for the track, and how valuable do you think that is for some of these guys? Some of the guys that might be able to, bump up the game a little bit, but also, is there any correlation with the guys that seem to show up for practice and the guys that finish at the top of the grid?
I think so, yeah, because at the end of the day, consistency, but to finish first, you first have to finish. And so the more laps you do on any track, the more comfortable, in theory, you should be, as long as you have a decent setup. And a lot of these people are quite new, and they might not know about the setup or how to ride this thing safely. So we have to sort of try and help some people if we need to. But we want to try and have less crashes if possible in the next race.
Looks like Andrew may have his microphone worked out.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you got to turn it up.
Is it too quiet?
Still too
yeah,
quiet.
It's a little bit, mate. Heath, you might be able to boost Andrew in Discord yourself. If you right-click on his name, you should be able to
Okay,
boost
is that
his
better?
body. That's much better.
Okay, good.
Well, you finished second in that second race there, Andrew. Talk a little bit about how the night went for you.
Well, it was just a matter of not getting wiped out because there's a lot of aggressive driving and waiting for people to fall off ahead of me, really. I got past a few times, but they all came a cropper one way or the other.
I just want to say, Thomas isn't able to do the post-race interview because he's, I think he's busy at the moment. But he just wants to say sorry for not being here. But I'm pretty sure he wants to forget that second race anyway. But I'm pretty sure he did well in race 1 anyway.
Yeah, I would say a lot of the drivers would like to forget at least one of the races tonight. I'd say the second one was a little messier, but how about Cliff Van de Ven coming away with 2 victories in those 2 races?
Yeah, he's quite new to the league. I've not seen the race before. He destroyed everyone from what I can tell.
New guy. Really good performance.
We have Road Atlanta coming up next week. How do you feel about that track, if those of you who've been on it?
I've driven it a few times before. It should be a much safer track for everyone, I know that, and it's a very fun track as well. And especially the back straight, the overtaking should be a lot safer there. That's my hope anyway. Andrew, have you driven the Road Atlanta before?
Yes, but not in this car. It's a nice undulating track like Brands Hatch. It should be fun. And I think it's got longer straights that will make passing easier.
Well, you got a good season coming up with the 2-race format, and we definitely want to talk a little bit about the inverting the field, the top 10 in that second race. If you're running in that top 10 in that first race, is that going through your mind of, hey, I could back off here, give up a few positions, and get a better starting position in the next race, or is that something that you don't even really think about?
Oh, it's definitely something to think about. In the race 1, before I took Camille out, I was running in 10th, and my car was already crippled, so I was just focused on just trying to keep that 10th position. Because if I finished 11th, I knew it would be such a disadvantage for race 2. But it nearly probably ended up helping me, crashing out in race 1.
I was going to say, is that why you crashed when you were in 9th and I was 10th?
Yeah, I was fighting Javier, I think, before, and but as you guys called me, like my car was, he hit me into the wall a little bit. It wasn't his fault, it was just like he went wide and hit me. But my car was crabbing, so that's why you guys caught me so fast. And I was in 10th for ages. I was basically just trying to sort of drive sideways down the straight, if that makes sense. And I was keeping Camille at bay for a while, but then I just had one moment and he got past, and then I tried to get him back, and then I hit him. It was all my fault. So sorry to Camille, I've already messaged him. But yeah, I need to learn not to hit people.
Yeah, I thought 10th was mine until you took it.
Where were you in the lap 1, Andrew, out of interest?
First or second race?
Oh, wow.
First or second race, Richard? Michael?
No, I mean, at the start of race 2, after the end of the first lap, where were you after all that carnage?
Second.
Oh, nice.
I didn't see any carnage.
Yeah, that was a good place to be. It really was. You finished 7th in the first race, looks like. So pretty good night for you.
Yeah, I think I started 16th. So yeah, that was good. Again, it was just hard. You know, your crew chief kept saying 3 wide, and I was thinking, oh no.
You would have said 5 wide for me if I had it enabled. Did you see what happened at the start, Heath? On race 2? What caused it?
There was so much going on there with. You'll have to just watch the start of the race there, where I put the camera. So I kind of did the fixed camera, so you could see the light go off, and then everybody coming toward you. So it was really hard to see who caused what, but it was a parking lot.
Nice.
Hello, guys.
Oh, hi Heath. Hi Thomas.
Hey, Thomas.
Thomas Golab, join us.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
not a lucky guy again.
Why do you seem to always get in the mix there? Always get bent up.
I don't know, just bad luck. I tried to overtake one guy 4 times, and I just was crashed. He crashed into me 4 times, so I couldn't do anything better this time. Race 1 was good because I was third. There was a little incident with lap car, but it was good. Race 2 was a mess for me, really. I started good because I gained 4 positions at start, from P8 to P3 even, so 5 positions. And basically on corner 2, if I remember, someone touched me, I almost spun, and then I spun about 2 times in this race, so it was a mess.
Yeah, did you end up retiring your machine in the second race then?
I've had a big crash at the end because of damage from previous crash, so I wasn't able to drive. Someone crashed into me also when I was standing on track, so it was I wasn't able to drive to the end.
Yeah, it definitely got a little messier in the second race. That's for sure. But I really don't think a lot of that could be attributed to the inverted top 10, because not to say that there weren't some problems there, but it just looked like a lot of aggressiveness. Well, fellas, that's going to do it for us tonight. So thanks so much for joining us up here in the booth.
Thank you very much, Heath.
Thank you very much, Heath.
I look forward to watching
Thank
the
you.
race and see what the hell happened.
All right, man. Well, I hope I was able to get enough of it anyway. It was hard to keep up with all of it, but thanks, and looking forward to next week.
Yeah, take
Thank
care,
you,
Heath.
Heath.
We'll see you next week, mate.
Road Atlanta next week. See you there.
Well, Cliff Vandeven comes away with a big race win. And what a deal for him, huh? It was a fantastic run coming back in 10th and then winning the second race. That was big. That was absolutely big right there. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow night will be at Martinsville Speedway, the Ironman Racing Series. 157 lapper, and it will be a great one. Starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and it'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV. That's coming up tomorrow night, the Ironman Racing Series. StockCarSimRacing.com's premier series on Wednesday nights. And then coming up on Saturday, Palm Springs Speedway with the High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder. 167 laps. That should be a great one as well. I want to say thank you so much for coming out and checking out TurnLeft TV. I greatly appreciate you being here. Stay safe. Please stay safe. Do what the doctor tells you. Do what the people tell you to do, and don't get into trouble. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, I encourage you to do so. It's right there. Just put a little tap on it. Just tap it. And then if you haven't smashed the bell, smash the bell. It's behind me. It's behind my chair. Smash the bell. That way you'll get updates when races are coming up. And if you'd like to hit a donate button, then you can hit the donate button up in the banner of the channel. Please donate to my channel button, and you can make a donation right through PayPal. It is easy. Easy. You can do it. Thanks so much for coming in. I greatly appreciate folks watching the TurnLeft TV channel. It's kind of a ragtag thing sometimes, but I have a lot of fun with it, and I appreciate your support. Coming up next week, Road Atlanta in the SR3 RSX Cup. The Radicals Sim Racing Mania. Should be a great one. I think Road Atlanta is a great track. A lot of room to race there too, but it is right. One of our drivers in the interview said, the thing's got some undulating turns and so forth. That was Andrew joining us, and it isn't what you think, believe me. Well, congratulations to Cliff Vandeven for his race victory here tonight. What an incredible run for him. And that was a dominating performance in that second race. I mean, it just really was. He started back in 10th because he won the first race and they inverted that field, the top 10, and then he was able to drive up through the field. Now, he had a little bit of luck there with some of the guys having some trouble, but, man, he was making some gangster moves and getting to the front where he needed to be out of the trouble. So congratulations to Cliff Vandeven for 2 race victories. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Had a lot of fun. Greatly appreciate people joining us here on TurnLeft TV. You can share these videos with all your friends. Definitely share this video and let them know what's going on here at TurnLeft TV. Appreciate all the support, all those lovers and all those haters out there. If you really hate me, join me tomorrow night at Martinsville. Talking about some tempers flaring. There's going to be some contact on this course, boys. Short track action in the Ironman Racing Series. You better believe it. That's coming up tomorrow night. In the meantime, that's going to do it for me. I want to say thanks so much for coming in. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, and I'm out of here.